Well, hi there everyone. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today I've got another meal in a jar recipe for you. This one is for Thai-inspired chicken noodle soup, and it's fantastic. It's really, really good. The broth tastes like nothing I've ever done before on this channel. It's got a lot of ingredients that are different. They might be new to you, and I realize that a lot of you might not have all of those in powdered form. So as I go through this recipe, I'll talk to you about possible substitutions, things that you could use that you might have around your house, or at least something that you could get at a local grocery store. I'm going to use these stir-fry noodles for the noodle portion of the soup. You could use whatever noodles you want. You could use spaghetti noodles that you break up, or you could make it a chicken and rice soup if you'd like to. That would be super yummy. I've done it both ways. Also, if you're doing low carb, you could consider just leaving out the rice and the noodles and including either extra veggies or substituting some zucchini, maybe serving it over cauli rice. I think that would all be lovely. But y'all, this is a fantastic soup. I hope you at least try it. Let me show you how I put it together. I'm starting with a quart-sized jar. We got 4 servings out of this, and into the bottom of the jar I put a heaping cup of those stir-fried noodles. If you're going to do the chicken and rice version of this, I would put half a cup of some sort of rice in the bottom of your jar, like a basmati or jasmine rice, just so it is uncooked rice. You don't want to use instant rice. And to fill in those spaces and those gaps, I'm putting some powders. That's coconut milk powder and heavy cream powder. If you don't have the coconut milk powder, I would just substitute a can of coconut milk when you make this. I put just a little bit of chicken in this jar, but y'all need to put about a cup. I'm going to actually make this with some leftover rotisserie chicken. I was just showing you where to put it in the jar. The vegetables in here are great. I've got red bell peppers. The carrots here are so nice and sweet. And then I've got 2 types of onions. You could use all of one or the other. The mushrooms I love in here. They're like really meaty and yummy. Okay, freeze-dried ginger, freeze-dried cilantro. If you don't have that freeze-dried ginger from Lighthouse, you can use the powdered ginger. And if you don't want to order that lemongrass, it's ground lemongrass that I got off of the internet. I got it on Amazon. If you don't want to order that, you could use lemongrass tea bags. They have those at Walmart. You could put a couple tea bags into the soup and then just take them out whenever you're finished cooking. All right, the seasonings here. A lot of these seasonings, they're just normal, but the Chinese 5-spice, it's unique. I would say if you can get that at the grocery store, then go ahead and get it. It's really great flavors. The Thai red curry powder, you can get that, of course, like on Amazon. But if you don't want to do that, you can get that in the form of a paste. It comes in a little can, just in the Asian section of the grocery store. I got it at Walmart. And you can add that to the soup when you cook it. The soy sauce powder, if you don't have that, just put in the liquid whenever you cook it. The true lime packets, it's really necessary in this flavor profile, so don't skip those. If you don't have the packets, then just put a couple of squeezes of fresh lime when you cook the soup. And listen, I understand there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of different flavors. You might not have all of these seasonings. You might not want to spend the money right now to get all the seasonings. I get that. But don't let that stop you from making the soup. You can make a really good chicken noodle soup even without all of that. And when you're ready to make it, just get out a large soup pot. Make sure you take out those packets first, but empty the contents of the jar into the pot, and then you're going to add your liquid. If you use the coconut milk powder and you put it in the jar, just add 6 cups of water. But if you don't have that and you're going to substitute coconut milk, do about 4 cups of water, 4 or 4.5, and a can of coconut milk into the soup. Give it a really good stir, and then you'll want to bring this to a boil. I think I put it on medium-high heat or so. And then when it came to a boil, I reduced the temperature and maybe I ended up at about a 4 out of 10 on my stove. And then I wanted to simmer that for about 20 minutes. If you do the rice version of this, after you reach a boil, turn it all the way down to low, cover it, don't peek, and let it simmer for 20 minutes. That will cook your rice. But if you're going to do the noodle version, stir it occasionally. You don't want them to stick on the bottom of your pot. And then after about 20 minutes, give it a taste test and make sure that the seasonings are good. I added a sprinkling of salt, some red pepper flakes, and then I added a little dash of heavy whipping cream. I just wanted a little more creaminess. Then I added 2 true lime packets. I think you need 2 or 3, something like that. You can always add more. There goes that rotisserie chicken that I needed to use up. I had that in my freezer and it was starting to get freezer burned. So anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and use it in this soup. You can do that with like any of my recipes. If you don't want to use the freeze-dried chicken, you can pretty much all the time add rotisserie chicken to the dish at the end of cooking time and heat it through. It usually works just fine. All right, so now it's ready to serve. I like to add fresh cilantro to this. Anytime you can add fresh herbs or something fresh to the soup, I think it just elevates everything. Yeah, if you have fresh cilantro, now's a good time to add it. You could also add some fresh scallions. But isn't that a beautiful dish? I just think it's gorgeous. I love the bright, vibrant colors of the Thrive Life vegetables. They just really wake up and come to life when you add liquid. And the flavor of these vegetables is so delicious. It's just yummy. It's because they're good quality vegetables. And they're not picked until they're ripe. Imagine that. I think the red bell peppers in here are so good. I love mushrooms and I think they're great in here. But y'all, the star of the show by far is the broth. The broth is just amazing. I don't even know how to describe it. If you've never had Thai flavored anything, if you've never tried a Thai inspired soup, I just think you're missing out. I didn't have that growing up. I only had that after I was an adult, and I just love it. I'll tell you what though, eating this soup made my nose run. I had to get my tissues out. It really did open my sinuses because it's nice and spicy. But y'all, it's so good. I really hope you give it a try. I'll include the full recipe in my shopping link in the description box below in case you want to pick up any of these ingredients. Also, if you're interested in having these meal in a jar recipes at the ready, please consider owning my cookbook. I've written a cookbook. Here, I'll give you a little preview of it. It's an ebook, so you can download it onto multiple devices. I've got 112 pages of recipes in there. I think it's gorgeous. If it's a meal in a jar recipe from my channel, I probably have it in my ebook. And there are hyperlinks in there, and you can click and it'll take you to my YouTube channel in case you want to watch that video again and see, a technique I used or whatever. It'll take you straight to my video, and there's also hyperlinks for several of the ingredients. One of the nice things about having an ebook is you can zoom in and enlarge it, and then if you want to, you can click on anything that's underlined and it'll take you to my website in case you need to order that ingredient. All right, how about that? Isn't that pretty cool? I'm so proud of the book. Y'all, thank you for your support. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I pray y'all have a blessed day. And until next time, y'all take care and keep thriving.